Red Bull Racing keeps making headlines, and not only because of their performances. Since the death of Red Bull owner Dieter Mateschitz in October 2022, something is brewing, an internal power struggle between the owners and Helmut Marko and Christian Horner. Now Adrian Newey and Max Verstappen want to leave. Is this the downfall of Red Bull Racing? I do think it is, and it's all because of Christian Horner. Let's dive in. In October 2022 at the United States Grand Prix in Austin, the news came out that Dieter Mateschitz had died.
It's very tough for us in the team and also for myself.
How could we know this was the start of the downfall of Red Bull Racing? They dominated the rest of 2022 and completely destroyed the competition in 2023. The first rumors of a power struggle between Helmut Marko and Christian Horner occurred in December 2023. Once again, after the United States Grand Prix, news outlets reported that they were fighting about the control over Red Bull Racing. Horner allegedly wanted to fire Marko. Horner has nothing to say about Marko because he isn't an employee but a motorsport advisor for the Red Bull company. This could be one of the reasons there was a strain on the relationship between the two. Their relationship started in 1996, and Marko was the one that brought Horner in when they started Red Bull Racing in 2005. Last February, a major bombshell dropped when Horner was accused of inappropriate behavior by a female colleague at Red Bull Racing. Horner never laid down his work and strongly denied every claim. This was followed by a 3-week internal investigation that cleared Horner of all the allegations against him. There was zero transparency, which made multiple people within Formula One furious. The only thing we knew about it is the statement from Red Bull. The independent investigation into the allegations made against Mr. Horner is complete, and Red Bull can confirm that the grievance has been dismissed. If you thought this was it definitely was not the end. After the statement, a unanimous source dropped WhatsApp messages of Horner with the female employee. Horner denies these again. Joe Verstappen had a fallout with Horner and said that if Horner remains in his position as team principal, he will tear Red Bull Racing apart. Red Bull Racing denies these allegations and said that the team is united and focused. But if they are united and focused, why does suddenly the news come out that Helmut Marko is facing a suspension by Red Bull? Marko is accused of leaking information to the media about the Horner investigation. He reacted that there is a possibility that he might not be at the Australian Grand Prix. While Max Verstappen claims pole position in Saudi Arabia, he said in the interviews that if Marko leaves, it would not be good for his situation at the team. He also stated that everything needs to stay the same in the team. While Marko was accused of leaking, we also learned that Verstappen apparently has a clause in his contract that if Marko leaves, he can leave too. Marko was cleared of the allegations after extensive talks with Oliver Mintzlaff, the CEO of Red Bull. It seemed like everything was calm again until rumors about Adrian Newey wanting to leave Red Bull Racing. He's unhappy with the power struggle, the allegations against Horner, and his behavior. Horner said last year that Newey's role had changed and that the technical team under him, led by Pierre Wache, is doing a wonderful job, so they are not dependent on Adrian. This hurt Newey and put their relationship under tension. Shortly after the Adrian Newey rumors, we got another massive one. Max Verstappen exploring a move to Mercedes. Mercedes is offering Verstappen a $150 million yearly salary, a brand ambassadorship for after his career, and even Helmut Marko can join them. Verstappen isn't looking for money. He is in Formula One to win and wants guarantees that the car improves for 2025 so he can at least fight for race wins. He would bring engineers with him to accomplish that. Why does he want to leave a winning team? Verstappen never publicly defended Horner and only said that on the performance side of things, you can't deny he's a good team principal. I think he doesn't want to be associated with these kinds of allegations and everything that's going on in the team. Why has this all to do with Christian Horner? I think because of his behavior, the allegations, and internal fights between all parties. Newey strongly believed in Horner because they had the same vision for the Formula One team from the start. Horner was the one that convinced him to come to their team. Now Horner thinks the success is more because of him than Adrian Newey. Verstappen is closely tied to Helmut Marko, and that's the person that Homer wants out of Red Bull Racing. Helmut Marko has too much to say in terms of drivers for their junior team and main team. Horner doesn't want this anymore and tries to get rid of him. With such a well-operating team, why do you suddenly want to change everything? This always happens when a key figure departs, or in this case, dies. People want to grab absolute power and ownership. I think Christian Horner completely lost it and thinks he's the one that brought Red Bull Racing where they are. Obviously, he plays a big part in it because he's been there from the start. He brought in Newey and managed the team to multiple successes in the Vettel and Verstappen era. But without Newey, it was harder to recruit technical employees like Pierre Vechet and others in aerodynamics who wanted to work with him. What do you think will happen if he leaves? Without Helmut Marko, you've never had Sebastian Vettel or Max Verstappen. He was the one that discovered these drivers and mentored them. If you don't have drivers like that, you will never achieve success in a sport like Formula One. How are you going to recruit good juniors or find engineers that want to work for you if you don't have a driver of the level Verstappen has? Horner thinks he doesn't need all these people and even wants complete ownership of Red Bull Racing. He thinks that they still win without Verstappen. If that were the case, Perez would be much closer to him. Verstappen extracts everything out of the car that is possible. The current technical team is very strong, and the cars they have are not only from Adrian Newey, but everyone that works alongside him also says that without Adrian Newey and his knowledge, it wasn't possible to build them. I really think Christian Horner is the one that causes all the trouble and is leading the downfall of Red Bull Racing. Why they still support him, I don't know. If key figures want to leave because of him, I would think about replacing him instead of letting Newey, Marko, and Verstappen go. What do you think? I would love to hear your opinion. Please let me know in the comments, and while you are here, you might want to watch my other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe.